Hi, I'm Erin Devlin. I'm one of the doctors here at Accident and Emergency at Whiston Hospital. You've probably got a good idea about what goes on in here, and no doubt you've seen the headlines about the long A&E waiting times across the country. We're asking you to help us reduce those waiting times so that we can get the quickest and best care to the patients that need it most. How can you help us? Let me explain. This is Whiston Hospital, home to the busiest A&E in the region. About 300 patients attend here every day. While you're sat in our waiting room, it can feel like not a lot is happening around you. But this isn't the case. This is a large department and patients arrive in a variety of ways via ambulance, GP, on foot or through our dedicated children's entrance. These patients are cared for in many areas. When the patients arrive, they are reviewed and the sicker ones moved into the cubicles to have tests and receive treatment. The less sick ones are moved to a different area where they get seen in order of need rather than time of arrival. This system helps us to ensure the sickest patients receive the most immediate attention. Moving patients smoothly through A&E, getting them up to a ward if that's where they need to be, is an essential part of patient care. But sometimes we've got more patients than beds available, so the cubicles and rooms in A&E are gradually taken up by patients while they wait for a bed. So what happens then? Well, the patients stay in the cubicles awaiting admission, so those cubicles become blocked and are no longer available for the new patients who continue to arrive in A&E. And eventually, the whole place fills up, so that when an ambulance arrives, there's nowhere to hand over their patient and they must wait until a space becomes available. We admit about 60 patients a day and do all we can to make sure there are beds available for everyone who needs one. But we can't do this on our own. We need you to help us too. This is an acute hospital, which means we provide a high level of medical care for those patients who need it most. Once patients no longer need this level of care, it is essential that they move on and are either discharged safely home or, if necessary, transferred to a temporary place of care. This makes space available for the next patient who needs to be admitted. It's also important that patients, relatives or carers make arrangements to collect their loved ones from hospital as soon as they are discharged and don't wait until later in the day or evening. The longer a patient waits to leave in a bed on a ward, the longer a frail and poorly patient could wait in A&E. None of us would want that for our loved one, would we? But discharging patients on time and making beds available as soon as possible are only part of the solution to keep A&E moving. Reducing the number of people who come through our doors who could be treated elsewhere would make a real difference and let us get on with treating seriously ill patients who need emergency care. We need to be able to care for people when they need us most. To do this, you can help us in a number of ways. Before you come to A&E, ask yourself, could you be treated elsewhere? Look at alternatives like GPs, pharmacies and walk-in centres. If you do need our care and are admitted to hospital, let's work together to ensure your discharge is smooth, efficient and timely. Your actions could make all the difference to those who really need our care. Let's do it together.